Hi and welcome. We're going to be reading today. We're talking about Thorns and Roses by Amaka Azie. But before we begin, I wanted to read a note to her readers, a note to my readers. She has that in front of all her books, all right? Many thanks for sharing this journey with me. In Nigeria, a few friends and relatives of mine often express to me feelings of unhappiness growing up in a home where there is no male child and heir. Their emotions of discontentment when they spoke of their experience often tugged at my heartstrings. I feel strongly about this, and I am optimistic that as a community we will evolve past this. Girls deserve equal opportunity as boys, equal education, equal respect, equal rights. I hope that Ifeoma and her sister's experience shed some light on this, and that somewhere someone reading this is touched and motivated by their story. Best wishes, Amaka Azie. Let's begin. Welcome. If this is your first time, I am Ness. Thanks for coming by. You are welcome to our month of romance. We are reading all about romantic romance. We are living the fantasy and we are enjoying it. Okay, I'm in Nigeria. If you're somewhere else, I'm a Nigerian in Nigeria, and we're reading books by the amazing author Amaka Azie. She's a Nigerian author. All her books are about things in Nigeria. She's an amazing lady who wraps the major issues that affect us in Nigeria in romance. So, while you're there reading the romance book and you're feeling the feeling and enjoying the enjoyment, you are actually getting exposed to things in our mind. So we've talked about swindling. Some of the books we've talked about already has things about people getting swindled. Another has been about domestic violence or domestic madness. And then now we're going to be talking about, I don't know what to call this word, but about the inequality or the unfairness, let me say, in the home with the female child. Now, I already said it before, romance books are about one thing, okay? It's about falling in love and having a lot of sex. So we're going to put that out of the way and we're going to be talking about tropes. But before I start, I just want to run through like the general idea of the story, because I really wish you could read this. I think it's like one of the best books I've read so far from her, but this is just the third, so. Ifeoma is a story about Ifeoma and what was the guy's name? Chuma. So Ifeoma is a girl that grew up, is the firstborn of a family of girls, 4 girls, and there was a lot of abuse in her home because her father was not satisfied with the 4 girls in the house. He wanted a boy, so he was abusive to the mom, that's their mother, his wife, for having only women. So it's like, you're a very useless woman, we don't have a son, and all that. And he had girls, he did not treat them well, he didn't see why he should put them through school. So they pretty much had to figure out things for themselves, which brings in Ifeoma. Ifeoma is like this very strong, I will survive kind of person. And she grew up, even though she loved her mom, she resented her mom because she could not understand why the mom never stood by their side. You always stood by the father's side, and the father was a drunk. He was very abusive, physically, emotionally, everything. That guy, that father no try. But the thing is that it's easy to resonate with, because if you've grown up in the house, maybe it's an Eastern Nigerian thing. Me, I don't know. But if you grew up, you met a few people that had only girls and the drama that they went through. And what you would notice, at least growing up, that's what happened for me. What you would notice that you see a family of 7 girls, then 1 boy. You see a family of 5 girls, then 1 boy. 6 girls, then 1 boy. So it's like what you realize that is happening is that the mom is trying to have as many children as needed until they have a boy. They need to have a son. Do you understand? And it's interesting, this conversation I had literally last week with somebody. Someone was saying I have to have a boy because I think he went for a funeral and he was like, if I don't have a boy in my house, my family is going to suffer. So those things are very important. So back to the romance story. So Ifeoma ran away from home, carried her sisters, her 3 sisters, and ran away. I think they stayed in Oka, so they ran away, came to Lagos, and they basically started the hustle and all that. So it's another hustle. She met Chuma, and their own romance starts. Trope number 1, the very rich boy and the very poor girl. Like literally, Ifeoma they live in like a face me, I face you, beside a dumpster. 1 room, 4 of them are sharing. Like it's quite a messy situation. Then the guy is very rich, so even her booker, because what she started was a restaurant, she started a booker, and in this booker is like inside one encore like that somewhere in Ikoyi. So it's like, I'm thinking in my mind somewhere Balende. Is it Balende? Yeah, all those major bus stop kind of areas. But somehow the guy just found this place and loves eating there. So for months he had been eating there. It took a while before he noticed the girl and something happened. But that's the trope number one. So if you like, but good thing, it's not like the telenovelas. It's not like Telemundo. No offense to Telemundo, I love you guys. But no offense to the telenovelas that happened. It's not a thing where the guy's family is against the girl being with him. You know, a lot of times you don't hear things like, oh, she's here because of the money, blah, blah, blah. As a matter of fact, the siblings were happy that the guy has found somebody because the guy just had his own share of issues, okay? So that's trope number one. Trope number two, the importance of, or rather the long-term damage of emotional damage. Emotional damage. Why did I say that? But what I liked the most about this story is like there was a part one and then there was a part two. Part two is like years after they had met and their love has supposedly bloomed. So it's like there was now like the after effects of the way they grew up. That's these girls. Do you understand? Now, at this point, most of them are doing okay for themselves. A few of them are going through, like, you know, we're talking about psychiatric treatment and all that. Things are happening in their house and all that. And they are realizing that they have to go back and they have to try and fix something. Because they had blanked belief that they cut off their parents. They ran away and they did not talk to their parents again. And they just basically tried to hustle it through. Ifeoma married a very rich guy. So somehow, through that, in addition to her working, she was able to help afford a better lifestyle for her siblings. But with all of that, there was still a lot of work to be done. So it's like the importance of taking care of your emotional damage. Things like therapy, as a couple, individually, forgiveness, healing, letting go of things, you know, because those things, if you don't do it, they're not going to take care of you. So you take care of yourself, yourself will take care of you. Does that make any sense? So that's trope number two. Trope number three. Trope number three is the character Chuma. I've been talking about Ifeoma since, because as far as I'm concerned, Ifeoma is like my girl. To me, it's like I find it very cool. I'm always impressed. I don't know about you, but I'm always impressed by a woman that is able to work against all odds, you know, make life work. And no offense to people that are not able to pull through for other reasons, considering what happens and all that. But those that do, they are amazing. There are people that you just cannot help but be like, oh, you know, it's really good. So Chuma is, as much as I like this book a lot, Chuma is my least favorite guy so far. I don't know, like, what it feels like to me is that if he didn't have as much money as he did, or if it wasn't about the money, he may have not been able to get Ifeoma. I know it sounds crazy because people that have a lot of money, what are they going to do? They're not going to apologize for having money, but it feels a lot like he was able to move things, to make things happen because he has money. He's extremely manipulative, he's extremely controlling. So you start to realize that the person with emotional damage is not just Ifeoma and her family. Chuma too. His money has damaged him, literally. His ability to afford whatever it is he wants, do you understand, has damaged him. So it's like he tries to control everything, and it's a problem for them. So it's like years down the line, some other wahalas show up, which gets me crying, like serious wahala and all that, and they have to try and mend that situation. So those are three tropes that I've mentioned. Have I talked about what tropes are in this video? I know if it's your first time, you may not know what a trope is. I'll put the definition of a trope here, but pretty much is a going theme, something that makes you get drawn to a particular thing. So these are the three tropes of this book. This book is honestly chef's kiss. If I were to put a star, I'll put 10 stars, 10 over 5. I don't know if you understand. It's like, it's such an amazing book. I love, and it's not bigger. I felt like it was fuller than all the other two that I've read before. But Amaka is, I'm impressed. You know, she's an award-winning author, and I've started realizing why. It's not like I didn't say that before, because I think she's an amazing writer. Anyway, that's why we're here talking about her. But I didn't see, initially I didn't understand the theory or the way she writes her book. So it was when I read it and I realized, with this is what she's been doing. I told you that she sent me a list of books that she thinks I should read. I'll put it in the description box down here. And I realized that as a bushwoman, I did not know I was supposed to read it in order. This was the first book she asked me to read. And if I read this book first, I think I would have gotten on, you know, but I didn't. I read My Sister's Bestie, then I read The Governor's Wife. But that being said, no regrets. Beautiful book, okay? If you haven't already, please subscribe, join the community. We're going to be talking more about romance. We are living the fantasy and enjoying it while exploring situations happening here in Nigeria. If you came from a family of all girls, we are 5 girls in my house. My mom died when I was very young. So if you come from a family of all girls, then just know that I empathize with you. Whatever it is that you may have gone, especially if you're in the eastern part of Nigeria, whatever it is you may have gone through, I'm sorry, but just know that you can break free and you can live through it, and it would be amazing if you could read this book. And of course, share stories, you know, crazy things that may have happened down there so that we can talk about it. It's good. Gist is healing. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like. More people should get to know about this video. So the thumbs up over there, click on it, and then subscribe, join the community, and then please share, let more people know about this. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.